Figure eights. First, let's practice just what the ribbon does. You begin the routine in this position, holding the stick with one hand and holding the ribbon with the other hand. Now, to begin your figure eights, you move your left arm holding the ribbon right in front of you and do figure eights with your right arm over the left arm. Make sure that you are moving from your shoulder on this pattern. Now, let's watch as we walk forward doing the same figure eights. You'll be walking in high releve on your toes, keeping the ribbon moving the whole time. Tiptoe turn. We've placed a small hoop on the floor to practice the tiptoe turn. First, she will walk around the hoop in releve. This is just walking in a circle. This is not a tiptoe turn. To do the tiptoe turn, you must stay in one place, which is why we've placed the hoop there. High on your toes and turning on the spot. It's important to practice this body skill before you add the ribbon. Now, let's pick up the ribbon. She can stand in the little hoop here and do just the spirals. Spirals come from your wrist. If you put your hand here, then you can help stabilize your wrist. The spirals do not come from the elbows. Now, when you can do the spirals, keeping the ribbon moving and up off the floor, then you add the spirals to the tiptoe turn. Notice that her free arm is extended to the side the whole time. Straight jump. First, let's practice the body skill, then the ribbon, and then we'll add the two skills together. Anytime you jump, it's important that you begin and finish in a plie, which means a bend of your knees. You must jump high enough to extend your legs and point your toes in the air. Now, let's practice what the ribbon does. The ribbon begins behind you with your arm overhead. Notice that the stick is pointing downward. When she does the snakes down in front, she will lead with her wrist so that the ribbon doesn't get tangled. And then swing up behind again. Now, let's practice that skill with the jump. The ribbon begins behind and plie, straight jump, and finish with a plie with the arm extended behind. Notice for the next step in the routine, the arm must stay up and the ribbon must stay behind her. Skipping steps. Before doing the skip, it's important to learn the position of the leg, which is a high parallel passe. The knee is horizontal, the toes of this foot are by the knee and pointed. Let's practice that position on the other foot. Then, before you begin skipping, it's helpful to practice this position as you march. Every step, lifting the knee into the high parallel passe. There are 4 skipping steps in the routine, so practice 4 marching steps. Now, let's practice the skip. Notice that every skip will begin and finish with a small plie, and the foot is again lifted into the parallel passe position. Now to add the ribbon. The ribbon does horizontal snakes behind the back during the skipping steps. Point the end of the stick a little bit downward so that the ribbon doesn't get tangled. You must keep the ribbon moving evenly in these snakes throughout all the skipping steps. Notice that her free arm is extended to the side at all times. Rhythmic steps with spirals. We will practice this skill in 3 parts. First, the feet, then the free arm, and then we'll add the spirals. So, facing to the side, you will be traveling backwards. Step to the side, slide your foot together, and plie. Step to the side again. This time, cross that foot in the front. Now, let's do the free arm. Pretend like you have the ribbon in this arm. The free arm is the other arm. It does a circle and then finishes in a soft position in front of the body. And once more. Now let's add the feet and the arms together before we add the ribbon. Step to the side, and as you close your foot and plie, your arm makes the soft position in front of your body. Now let's add the ribbon. The ribbon does spirals. Remember, the spirals come from the wrist. Your arm is stabilized, your elbow is extended. Now the rhythmic steps with the spirals. There's a lot of coordination to doing this skill, so it's very important to practice all of the parts separately until you can do them well before putting the whole skill together. Passe balance. For this skill, we'll show you the connection that goes right before it. You have just finished your rhythmic steps with the spirals and you have your foot crossed in front. You begin with a soutenu turn. You just releve, leave your feet in place and turn. Remember, you turn toward the back foot. Now for the arms. These are windmill arms. When you do these arms, pretend like you are standing in a hallway and there's a wall on each side of you. Your arm extend overhead and then your arms stay apart 180 degrees and come over your head one at a time. Let's see just that part with the ribbon. She'll begin with the spirals. And when she does the windmill turn, this arm will go down first, then overhead. It's important, like we said, that it stays directly overhead like you are in a hallway. Now for the passe balance, we do the horizontal snakes in front. Again, this pattern is from your wrist. Your wrist is bent so that the stick is pointed down, the free arm extended. The passe position is like on the skips, but now we have a turned out position of the leg. Now let's see the whole skill. Beginning after the rhythmic steps with the soutenu turn, keeping the ribbon moving right into the horizontal snakes, and the passe balance. On the passe balance, you must hold the position motionless throughout the balance and also keep the ribbon moving.